Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And several months ago, I did a video about the way some Western women were attacking and insulting men who realized the relationship game in their home countries had become totally unwinnable, causing them to look for partners in other lands. This group of men, known as the Passport Bros, have recently become the talk of the town, whether it's to degrade them or to sympathize with their mission. In my video, I wasn't nasty to the women at all, and I used humor to poke holes in their objections. But the reaction was swift and brutal, and it looks like I might have had a hand in accidentally starting an international war between Western women and us Asian women. For several months now, the accusations and insults have been flying fast and furious back and forth across the Pacific, with other Filipinas getting into the action in social media. The topic has become so hot, in fact, that just last week, I was asked for an interview by one of the largest TV networks in the Philippines. But so far, I've remained silent until now. It's one thing to attack your own men, the ones who've chosen to leave. Of course, you have the right to your opinions, just as I have the right to respond with my own. But when you go insulting us Filipinas, then your accusations warrant a response. And here's my response. Let's dive right in. First, let's deal with your claim that we Filipinas are somehow lacking in language skills.
Little English.
I just have one question. When was the last time you went to the Philippines? Or have you been to the Philippines? Have you also spoken to actual people from the Philippines in terms of speaking the English language? You gotta really check on what is current. I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
And you say?
Yeah, that's because they weren't arguing with statistics. They argue with their feelings, you know. And this is one of the things that I try to point out about how naive American women are. But, it's going to go right over their head. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, Filipina P, who I did reach out to you guys. I'm like, unfortunately, I haven't heard back from her. But, I'm like, y'all can't sit over here and say I didn't try. As you guys know, I'm supposed to be heading to the Philippines in 3 weeks. But we're going to see how things go with this whole surgery situation. I will say this, I am feeling a lot better after the day of the surgery. I've been walking around, sticking to the doctor's orders, taking my medication. I was able to eat today, kept some food down. And after I record and get these videos up, I'm going to go ahead and eat my last meal of the day. Probably try to do a little bit more walking around and, hopefully work on some music, man, because I definitely haven't forgot about that. Now, the Filipina P, after, all the back and forth has been going on, she finally came back out and spoke on it. And I just want to say ahead of time, if the Filipina P is watching this is not your doing. This is not your fault. All right. And all the fellow Filipinas, this is not your fault. These women the reason why these women are attacking you is because they can't get the response that they want to get out of us. Because if we were so undesirable and these women didn't care, then they wouldn't be making these videos, because the videos that we make were never made for them. It was just made to spread the message to other men. But it caught the ears of women, and they didn't like what they heard, because at the end of the day, it's basically telling women in the States that they're not desired anymore. When it's really not so much that they're not desired, it's just that we're not going to put up with this new way of thinking that y'all want, because it doesn't make any sense. You can't still hold men to this traditional standard and then no longer want to be traditional on your end, whether both of y'all got to work or not. Because at the end of the day, men are still expected to be men in relationships, regardless of how much money they make. All right, let's keep it moving.
Statistics.
And you say we're not very good with reading, writing, and arithmetic neither.
Women that don't have education.
Excuse me? For your information, we have stricter education and school system than the United States. So actually, Filipinos are multilingual. English is our second language, and we speak 150 dialects in my country. We have English subject from nursery till college. That's always part of our curriculum. It's not foreign women's fault if American men fall for them instead of you. You must understand, like us Filipino, we are naturally sweet. We are naturally like that. Okay? And that's what they like about us because we are just sweet, understanding, caring. It's not because we are submissive. We're not submissive. You ask my husband that, he will tell you I'm not submissive.
So when you say those things about us Filipinas, how do you think that makes us feel?
Don't tell us that we are uneducated. I've been able to take care of my family. I became a breadwinner at the same time, a homemaker, but I am as educated as you are. I graduated cum laude and I am a teacher. And so it hurt me a lot when you're saying that people in Asia are uneducated, they are submissive. In fact, I am as empowered as you are.
You tell him, sister. And now we get to the
See, and once again, and you know what? This is something that I actually learned recently. I'm like, do you know in these countries you got to have a college education just to work at a fast food restaurant? In the States, the same McDonald's that we go to in the States, where you got a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-olds working there that haven't even graduated high school yet. Yeah, go to these countries and try to work at McDonald's at 16 years old. They're gonna look at you like you 14 karat crazy. The system is way more strict. English is their second language. You got Filipinas and Filipinos that they go to Thailand just to teach English. From what I'm told, that's one of the main reasons why Thai people speak English, because they're learning it from the Filipinos. Because for the Filipinos, that's their second language. And like she said, all the other dialects that they speak. I've had Joanne on my channel. Joanne speaks like 4 or 5 different languages. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all really need to stop that. See, this is what I mean when I say American women look naive when they talk like this. Because just like the lady in the first clip, where are y'all getting this from? It's not based in any kind of, it's all emotion. It's not based in any kind of reality, man. See, and this is why I'm always open to learning more. Because let me tell you, man, I think one of the main reasons why I get so much love from Filipinas on my channel is because I've always been open and learn more about it. That's why I'm so excited to go. On top of the fact that it's just a very beautiful country. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, it's bad enough that you call the passport bros creepy, annoying, and strange. But the fact that you aren't even bothered if they pursue children says a lot about your priorities. And thanks for implying that men can just come over here and hang around with children. You may not know this, but the Philippines takes that kind of thing very seriously. If a man is even seen with an underage child, he's immediately reported and investigated. Oh, wait a sec. I forgot. We're too uneducated and submissive to say anything about it. Carry on. Sure, lady, there are no laws about domestic violence here. Our husbands can beat us all they want. And we're so submissive and desperate that all we can say is, please, sir, I want some more. So the implication is that men come here for the purpose of targeting women and girls. There's that pedo thing again. Just so they can physically abuse us. Do you have any evidence of that? Or does it just feel so good to say it? But what about the claim?
Like, doesn't it just amaze you how much even she can see through the gaslighting and the narcissism and the BS that these women be talking about? Y'all have no proof of any of this. And just like we say all the time, they just say it because it makes them feel good. They literally say it just because they make them feel good. All these arguments that they talk about, all these women that are on TikTok clapping back, well, not even clapping back, but they the ones that actually started this fight. And now they're trying to turn around and blame it on passport bros. Passport bros ain't tell y'all to say anything about these women. Y'all started talking about these women is because y'all mad at us because y'all don't want us to spread the message to other men. Because deep down, y'all know it's the better deal. Y'all know it's the better deal. And the funny part about it, y'all want to keep trying to call these women poor and whatnot. I'm like, bro, these women got jobs just like y'all. Just because the economic system is different and not as strong as the U.S. doesn't mean that these women are just sitting at home doing nothing. I just came from Barranquilla. Now, mind you, there aren't a lot of opportunities there, but there are women that are doing well for themselves. Like half of the women that I met went to university. So like, come on, man. Like, quit, y'all really need to stop that. But let's keep it moving.
Say it. But what about the claim that it's all about money?
I literally have all the money in the world but cannot find a man. I've been in that struggle. And I've thought to myself, should I go to another country to find a man? Should I go to a different place? Is it just New York City? Should I go to a different part of the country? Like, where can I find this man for me? What is very different about me, though, and in my situation that distinguishes me from a passport bro, is that A, I have a lot of money. So I'm not going to Thailand to prey on young boys who have no money. I'm not saying, oh, let me go to some developing country, somebody who's not privileged, and prey upon their young boys. Like, I'm not doing that. When I thought about traveling to different places, I thought about going to luxury spots, like going to nice places and meeting people at a similar socioeconomic status, similar situation. People that are doing well, people that can understand what it's like to date a woman with means. I think that is why there's such a disdain, and certainly I feel this, a disdain towards passport bros, is because they're not playing on an even playing field. They're not saying, oh, let me go to San Diego and go to like the nicest, country clubs and let me go and meet somebody. No. These people are saying, wow, people here don't respect me because I'm literally not doing well. And I have to go to a country where people are living on less than $10 a day. And that's where I'm going to find my spouse. That is the part I have a problem with, because then it becomes very predatory, very creepy, and just kind of inappropriate. But again, when you throw in the financial inequity and the patriarchal system of preying under both youth as well as this gender disparity and the privilege that comes with that, I am not with it. I'm not with it.
Okay, lady, it's great that you have more money than God, and your biggest struggle is choosing which high end resort to meet men at. But stop for just a second and listen to what else you just said. Women in your country don't respect men that aren't doing well. So, what's a man supposed to do when he's not dripping $100 bills from every orifice in his body? How lucky for you that you can go hobnob with the rich and famous. But you do know not everyone's as fortunate as you, right? You say that people should find someone on their own economic level. But if a man who's not doing well isn't wanted there, what's he supposed to do? Just give up because Western women aren't interested in the contents of his wallet? Or maybe they can find a place where women won't reject them for their lack of resources, like the Philippines. What's wrong with that? It's amazing that when you find your level, it's just fine. But when a man does the same thing, it's creepy, predatory, and inappropriate. And of course, it somehow involves the dreaded patriarchy. But even when all your arguments have been thoroughly destroyed, you've still got your favorite go-to tactic: anger.
And I want to chime in on something that the Filipina P didn't even, I'm not sure if she caught it, but did y'all hear the part when that woman said that they're not playing on a fair playing field? Well, let me put it to you this way. The passport bros recognize that they're not playing on a fair playing field in the United States. That's why they're leaving. I find it real funny that she said that they're not playing on a fair playing field. And the reason why you're having such a hard time finding a man, I'm like, I'm going to keep it a buck. You're a woman with means who's very average looking. I'm like, I hate to sound cruel, but I'm done pulling punches when I hear rhetoric like this coming out of these women's mouth. At the end of the day, the kind of men that you want, that make the kind of money that you make, they don't give a damn about your money, because those men don't make that kind of money only to turn around and find a woman that makes the same amount. Y'all need to quit trying to make attraction symmetrical. It's not. We look for different things in each other. And it's so hard for women in this country to grasp that because y'all been brainwashed and programmed to think otherwise. And no matter how much we try to tell y'all this, it's not registering. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you can only bang your head against the wall so many times before you realize ain't nothing gonna shake. So what are men doing? We're going overseas to where the playing field is a little bit more equal. You can sit over here and call it patriarchy, all that BS. Nah, it ain't none of that. Men are just going where they're valued and respected and treated as men. Period. So I find that really funny that she wanted to bring up, oh, that ain't fair. No, the reason why it ain't fair to you is because it's being flipped. It's like Jay Fleming said, man. You know what I mean? We figured out a way to win in a game that's rigged. That's the way Jay Fleming put it, man. Shout out to Jay Fleming. Let's keep it moving.
It's highly insulting when people claim that we Filipinas are uneducated, don't speak well, are desperate, and just a slave to a Western man's money. Is it true that we see passport bros as an upgrade to our situation? Of course we do. But so what? Isn't that the same thing you look for in a man? To find someone that makes more money than you do? So why are you bashing us for doing the same thing? Seems a little hypocritical to me. But does it mean we're only looking for money with no love involved? Well, let me ask you the same question. When a Western woman rejects a man who doesn't earn enough, and you do it all the time, does that mean that all you wanted was his money? And the thing you really don't seem to get is that the men who come here aren't choosing underage girls or women from the slums that literally are desperate. They're mostly pairing up with average Filipinas. The beaten down, miserable woman who sold her soul just to get a meal. That pathetic Filipina you seem to have stuck in your heads. She's the exception, not the rule. Well, thank
You know what? And these are facts. If y'all remember when I had Andre on, I did a reaction to one of his videos and literally showed you a clip of a woman that was a lawyer, one that owned a business and modeled, and then another one that modeled. Um, yeah, bro. And these are everyday Filipinas. I'm like, and they were all highly attractive. So she's 100% right. What these women that they talk about, like, they are not the rule. They are definitely the exception. But I'm like, keep on. I'm like, they want to keep talking this rhetoric, fine. I'm like, all you doing is exposing why men are leaving with this attitude. And I find it real funny because, especially with black women, because y'all complain about racism so much, but here y'all are talking this out of y'all mouth. Y'all look like some Jesus Christ, man. I don't think hypocrisy. I don't even think the word hypocrisy does enough justice at this point. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the traveling vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned to the comments. To the next video, you guys. Deuces.